know, I've heard the word before, but I couldn't tell you right.
Couldn't tell me?
No.
Okay.
Not to my knowledge.
Not to your knowledge. Have you heard of the Sikh religion before by any chance?
No.
Have you ever heard of Sikhism?
Sikhism, yeah.
You've heard of Sikhism?
Yeah. No.
Do you know, you haven't heard anything about Sikhism?
I took a theology class, although I don't know exactly what Sikhism is. I've heard of it.
You've heard of it?
Yes, I have.
You have no ideas what it is or anything like that?
No. I honestly wish I did. I remember learning about it, but it's gone.
It's actually pronounced Sikhism, but if you hear it in media...
Is it S-I-K-H?
S-I-K-H.
Sick. I've heard of it and read about it, but I can't recall.
Can't recall anything about it. Would you say a person with a turban and uncut beard matches more of a Middle Eastern descent or a Sikh representation?
The first thing I'd identify is Islam.
Islam.
That's what I was
Nothing else
thinking.
because, well, I would identify with Islam or someone who identifies as Arabic.
As Arabic.
Not very well educated on
Yeah.
the religious
No problem.
dressings, but I'd probably assume Middle Eastern.
If you see someone with a turban and uncut beard, what would you think walking down the street?
I really probably
He's got a turban and an uncut beard.
Yeah, I really wouldn't think.
Do you happen to know what the identity of the Sikh religion is? And if you don't know, it's fine.
No, but are they? I've heard the term wandering. Are they the? I don't know. I've heard the term wandering Sikhs. I feel like, but maybe I'm wrong.
Meaning?
Meaning, I think I could be very wrong because
okay.
I don't know anything
There's
about
no right or wrong
world
answer.
religions or
We're all
religion in
buddies here.
general.
No.
But my boyfriend was just in India, and he would tell me that there's these mystics who wander India,
Okay.
and they're all of a certain religion.
Right.
That's kind of their thing, is that they wander and they're mystics.
Okay. If I were to say, if I say what is a synagogue, how would you answer?
I don't know. I think it probably depends where you're asking people. I think some people would consider it to be like a Jewish temple or something.
It's a Jewish temple.
Jewish temple.
It's where Jewish people go to participate in their religious beliefs.
Sure. And if I said a mosque?
I guess an Islamic temple.
Sure.
Same prayer, the place of prayer for Muslims.
Sure.
Yeah.
And if I said what is a mosque, how would you respond? And
Church,
if I,
mosque, synagogue.
all one group.
Yes, a physical place where you can practice your beliefs.
Sure. If I were to ask you, well, let me ask you, what is a synagogue?
It is a temple where Jewish people go
Sure.
and worship.
And if I said what is a mosque, how would you respond?
I would say Islamic people go worship.
If I said a priest, what would you say?
I would say Christianity.
Okay. What is a gurudwara?
I have no idea.
I have no idea. If I said, what is a gurudwara, what would you say?
I wouldn't know.
You wouldn't know.
I wouldn't have any idea.
No problem.
Say it again?
A gurudwara?
Sounds familiar, but I don't know.
Sounds familiar?
Off the top of my head.
Take a shot. Do you know what it is off the top of your head? Do you guys know what a gurudwara is by any chance?
No.
We're officially proving that we know
Yeah,
nothing about Sikhism.
Okay.
Honestly, never heard of that before.
Never heard of that
but
word.
Assuming the line you've taken to get us there, along the same lines.
A gurudwara is a place of worship for Sikhs. 99% of the people that you're going to run into in the United States, with people with turbans and uncut beard like myself, are members of the Sikh faith.
Gotcha.
Sikhism, sometimes pronounced Sikh in American media, is a specific religion that's based out of India. It's a monotheistic religion. The identity of Sikhs is males have turbans and uncut beards. A common perception among the Sikh community is that most fellow Americans don't know who we are. Any ideas? Do you think that's an adequate statement, or?
I think that's probably pretty adequate. I think that, like, personally, it has no meaning to me to say that someone is Sikh, and my guess would be that that'd be pretty common to most Americans.
Right. Any reason why? Well, let me ask you another question.
Oh, I know why.
Do you think that our fellow Americans would know what a Sikh or a Gurdwara is, or anything
Our
like
fellow
that?
Americans don't care about any other religion but the
their
majorities.
unless like someone, unless their friends are a certain other religion, you're not going to know about it.
I just didn't.
I didn't know a whole lot about Muslim until one of my best friends.
And this is interesting, I can ask you. Do you think Americans can really, I use the word liberally because you and I are both Americans, do you think they can differentiate between who is a Sikh and who is a Muslim?
Oh no, I know they can. A lot of them can. I'm not saying.
A lot of them can or cannot?
A lot of them cannot.
Cannot.
Yeah, I mean, like after 9/11, a lot of Sikhs like wearing turbans. They thought they were like Muslims. And they got like hate crimes against them.
Yeah. Why do you think that?
No, it's just, I mean, because of like stereotyping and all that.
Stereotyping?
Yeah.
And why do you think that?
I think that because no one reaches out. Because it's like, because you live in your own bubble.
Why is that?
Stereotypes clouding full information, I'd say.
And look at all the propaganda that we hear about all the time, identifying anyone who is from the Middle East as a terrorist, identifying any person who dresses like that as someone who's closed-minded
Sure.
and completely conservative.
Sure.
The way we stereotype people.
Sure.
Do
you think that most people see a person with turban and beard like myself as a fellow American as well?
No, absolutely.
No? Any ideas why?
Well, because, for one, people equate that image with terrorism.
Sure.
And Osama bin Laden.
Sure.
Which has been defined
Which is
as
true.
not American. Yeah. But it's been defined as evil, which is not American. But
Say that one more time? Sorry.
It's been defined as evil.
It's been defined as evil. If I were to ask you who is Bhagat Singh Thin?
You're asking tough questions.
I know I'm asking tough questions.
It doesn't ring a bell.
Okay.
No, I haven't.
Of course not.
Of course not.
Say it again?
Bhagat Singh Thin? It's a man, I'll tell you that. Okay. Have you ever heard of him, his story or anything? Bhagat Singh Thin was a fellow person of the Sikh faith, or Sikh faith as it's really pronounced. And he served our country, the United States Army, in World War I with his identity. Went overseas, fought with the Allies. He was as a U.S. soldier. But when he came back, he was denied citizenship because he did not look Anglo-Saxon. The good side to the story is that there was a Supreme Court ruling that actually changed the definition that Americans are not just Anglo-Saxons, which kind of led to the whole civil rights movement that we have here. You've never heard of him? Do you think most Americans have ever heard of him or his story or anything like that?
No.
Okay.
They should.